James Bond, Christopher Nolan's new movie, A Man on the Inside, Black Bag, The Night Agent, The Amateur, and The Secret World of James Bond are some of the upcoming spy movies and series that we will discuss in this, our January 14th edition of Spy Movie News. Hi, this is Dan from SpyMovieNavigator.com and our podcast show Cracking the Code of Spy Movies. Let's start off with Christopher Nolan's new movie. All right, we're going to resolve something we've told you was a mystery. In the last few Spy Movie News episodes, we've told you about a new movie that Christopher Nolan was helming. We didn't know if it was a spy movie or not, but we heard it would not be about the future. Well, it isn't a spy movie, and the story is from the very distant past. Nolan is bringing Homer's classic poem, The Odyssey, to the big screen. That is a departure for him, but those books in Nolan's hands should produce an excellent treatment. So, sorry, spy fans, Nolan isn't bringing you a spy movie right now. But at least this mystery has been resolved. We still don't know anything about the movie J.J. Abrams is doing. James Bond's Amazon problems. Oh yeah. In past episodes, we've questioned how the Amazon purchase of MGM might impact the James Bond franchise. Well, there appears to be a large impact. This is because Eon Productions still has control of the James Bond franchise. You may have read that last month, the Wall Street Journal published an article called Where is James Bond? Trapped in an Ugly Stalemate with Amazon. It talked about how Barbara Broccoli is not happy with Amazon as Amazon wants to add more to the franchise. In fact, we've read that Barbara doesn't trust Amazon. The Broccoli quote that went viral from the Wall Street Journal was her saying, "These people are effing idiots." Man, that's awkward with a capital Awk. Of course, that was about Amazon, and she doesn't think James Bond is a fit for Amazon. Okay, who knows what the truth really is here. So, there appears to be a stalemate, and neither side can be happy. This could explain some of the delay in going forward with another James Bond movie. That and Eon Productions have been doing a lot of other projects lately. Now, our friends at the Spy Command tell us that maybe there's hope. They quote Matthew Belloni of Puck News as saying that he's heard that there's another book by Fleming that is being used as a test run for the relationship. Yes, this is a bit convoluted, but stick with us. Besides James Bond, Fleming also brought us the book Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which was adapted into the 1968 movie. Well, a remake of that movie has been announced being put out by Amazon and Eon Productions. Belloni speculates that if Chitty Chitty Bang Bang goes well, then the tension between Eon and Amazon may ease. Ooh, we'll see. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we hear more, but boy, that is a mess. Mission Impossible craziness. This one is a bit odd, but shares a behind-the-scenes look at the marketing of a blockbuster franchise. It also tells you the control Tom Cruise has on his movies. For some reason, popcorn buckets have become a big marketing tool. Yes, we're talking about the buckets they put popcorn in theme parks and movie theaters. Disney has had to limit the number of specialized popcorn buckets at its parks for many years. The movie industry has hopped on this bandwagon as well with specialized popcorn buckets for their movies. Now, we hear that Tom Cruise is involved in the design of the popcorn buckets for AMC for his upcoming spy movie, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. It's not like he has nothing else to do. Yikes. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning is slated to be released on May 23rd, 2025. Be ready to buy a Tom Cruise designed popcorn bucket when you go see it. Renewals and cancellations. Next up, let's talk about the spy series that have been recently renewed or canceled. The Old Man. The show The Old Man has not been renewed by FX. It was quite successful for Season 1 and Season 2. The cast included Jeff Bridges, Amy Brenneman, and John Lithgow. It's hard for us to believe that FX canceled it, although Season 2 was not as well received as Season 1. The Old Man can currently be seen streaming on Hulu and Disney+. A Man on the Inside. All right, we did a whole episode on this one. Not surprisingly, Netflix has picked up season 2 of the Ted Danson show, A Man on the Inside. We included a drop-in telling you this in our episode where we decoded the show and the documentary that it was derived from The Mole Agent. We don't know any details of the plot for season 2, although they teased it at the end. As we said at the time, that we hope they bring back Stephen McKinley Henderson to play Calbert once again. He and Danson work very, very well together. All right, the Day of the Jackal. We told you last month that the series, The Day of the Jackal, was picked up for season 2. In the U.S., the series debuted on December 30th on NBC. We'll keep you posted as we hear more about season 2. Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Back in our October spy movie news, we told you that the series Mr. and Mrs. Smith has been picked up for season 2. We didn't have any more details at the time. Well, we can give you a bit more information right now. Mark Eidelstein has been cast as the male lead for season 2. We're assuming he will be the new Mr. Smith. Casting hasn't been announced for the female lead, although we had heard that No Time to Die singer Billie Eilish was being looked at for that role. If you don't know Eidelstein, he was excellent in his role Ivan in the 2024 Cannes Film Festival Palme d'Or winner Anora. He's been called the Russian Timothy Chalamet because the two actors look somewhat alike. Black Doves. We told you back in October that Black Doves was picked up by Netflix for a second season, even before season 1 debuted. We now know that Keira Knightley's character Helen will be back. So will Eleanor, Gabriella Creevy, Williams, Ella Lily Highland, and their new friend Ambassador Chen's daughter, Kai Ming, Isabella Wei. We're looking forward to this one, and as usual, we'll let you know when we hear more. The Night Agent. And because this spy movie news is coming out at the beginning of January 2025, we wanted to remind you that season 2 of The Night Agent premieres on Netflix on January 23rd, 2025. And to build up the hype, the trailer for season 2 was shown during the Netflix NFL games on Christmas Day. The Night Agent was already picked up for season 3 and will add actors David Lyons, Jennifer Morrison, and Stephen Moyer to the cast. The Agency. The just-released series The Agency, based on the French series Le Bureau des Légendes, has been renewed for season 2 by Paramount Plus with Showtime. Is anyone else starting to hate these streaming services' names? Man. Anyway, this is another pickup for a spy series. We're seeing a lot of that. Citadel. Variety has an article with Priyanka Chopra Jonas talking about the upcoming season, Citadel. This series has been a bit different in how they are releasing seasons. The first season released in 2023 was just called Citadel. Then, last year, they had 2 more shows, Citadel Diana and Citadel Honey Bunny. These shows took us to different locations. Well, this year we'll get season 2 of the original Citadel, this time with Priyanka Chopra Jonas, Richard Madden, Stanley Tucci, and Leslie Manville all returning. Chopra Jonas is quoted as saying, "The new season involves major developments for my character and for the rest of the cast, with new characters," she explained. "It's very rooted, very grounded. If season 2 is as good as season 1, we can't wait." The Recruit. As we told you in our January 2023 edition of Spy Movie News, the Netflix series The Recruit has been picked up for a second season. Well, that season will premiere on January 20th, 2025. It brings back Noah Centineo's character of CIA lawyer Owen Hendricks. This time, he goes to South Korea. Actor Teo Yoo joins him for this one. It is supposed to be a continuation of where things finished in season 1. One notable change is that, unlike the 8 episodes that season 1 delivered, season 2 will only have 6 episodes. Let's move on to the upcoming and new spy movies and series. Black Bag. The upcoming spy movie Black Bag, starring Cate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender, has a new trailer. Blanchett and Fassbender play real-life intelligence agents Catherine and George Woodhouse. As MovieWeb.com tells us, quote, "While the trailer opens with the classic trappings of an action flick, guns, and an exploding vehicle, Black Bag looks to be more of a psychological thriller, tracing the story of legendary intelligence agents. When Catherine draws suspicion of betraying the nation, George has to decide between his country and his wife. Black Bag is slated to have its theatrical-only release on March 14th. The Secret World of James Bond. Yeah. Our friend John Cork is working with the Ian Fleming Foundation on a podcast YouTube series that will be both audio episodes and videos hosted on YouTube. You've probably seen John's work in the extra content that was released with the home and entertainment releases of the James Bond movies through Casino Royale, and his 3 books on the James Bond phenomenon, and his work as editor of GoldenEye magazine. As the Ian Fleming Foundation website describes the series, quote, join John Cork as he takes listeners and viewers on a globe-trotting journey to uncover the amazing stories behind the James Bond adventures and the remarkable life of Bond's creator, Ian Fleming. Secrets will be revealed, from the real-life inspiration behind Bond's greatest villains to the novel that Ian Fleming never read that helped inspire one of the original 007 adventures, unquote. The Ian Fleming Foundation has set up a fund where you can contribute to help fund the series. You can go to their webpage to donate. The URL is ianfleming-foundation.org/secret-world-of-James-Bond-podcast. John is a great guy, and we know this will be a fascinating series. The Amateur. We first told you about the movie The Amateur, starring Rami Malek, Lawrence Fishburne, Rachel Brosnahan, and Julianne Nicholson almost 2 years ago in our February 2023 Spy Movie News. Well, we now know that this movie has a scheduled release date of April 11th, 2025. This is a remake of the 1981 movie of the same name. The plot of the movie is a CIA cryptographer manages to blackmail his agency into training him to let him go after a group of terrorists who killed his wife. All right, G2, the sequel to the 2018 Indian spy thriller Gudachari, will be called G2. We have some casting information on this one. Wamika Gabi will be joined by Adiva Sesh as he reprises his role of Gopi from the last movie. We saw Gudachari a few years ago and liked it. We mentioned that movie when we were talking about season 1 of the series Citadel and how Gopi had some similar skills to the character Bernard Alec, who was played by Stanley Tucci. Also, we mentioned Gudachari in our no-spoiler review of the movie Agent, which was released in April 2023. An audience member, when I saw Agent, commented how some of the dialogue and scenes in Agent appeared to come right out of Gudachari, and he thought Gudachari was a much better movie. All right, it will be interesting to see where G2 brings the character of Gopi. G2 will be released in the languages of Telugu, Hindi, Tamil, and a few others. We expect this to be an English subtitled movie when it's released here. We don't have any release dates, but we'll keep you posted. In Memoria, we'll end this episode by honoring spy movie talent who have died. Unfortunately, there's a lot of talent to honor in this episode. Scott L. Schwartz. Stuntman, wrestler, and actor Scott L. Schwartz passed at the age of 65. The 6'10" actor is probably best known for his role as Bruiser in the Ocean's Heist series. Before getting involved in acting and stunts, Schwartz was a professional wrestler who had the names of Giant David and also the Israeli Commando. Spy movie fans would have seen his stunt work in the 2000 spy movie Agent Red. Adam Somner. Assistant director and producer Adam Somner passed at the age of 57. He was a 2022 Best Motion Picture of the Year Oscar nominee and BAFTA nominee for the movie Licorice Pizza, in which he was a producer and assistant director. Spy movie fans will have seen his work in Bridge of Spies, Spy Game, The Russia House, Munich, and Johnny English. Paul Maslansky. Writer and producer Paul Maslansky passed at the age of 91. He is probably best known for being a producer on Police Academy and a production manager on Jason and the Argonauts. He was also a producer on The Russia House. Adam Somner, who we just acknowledged, was the third assistant director in that movie. Francis J. Conway. Producer and unit production manager Francis J. Conway passed at the age of 70. He was probably best known as a unit production manager for the TV series Baywatch and Criminal Minds. Spy TV fans will have seen his work in the 2001 to 2003 show The Agency. This is a different show than the Netflix series we talked about at the beginning of this episode. Art Evans. Prolific actor Art Evans passed at the age of 82. Of his 122 IMDb acting credits, Evans was probably best known for his portrayal of the character Barnes in Die Hard 2. Spy movie fans will know him for his portrayal of the Treasury truck driver in the hilarious spy movie The In-Laws. He also played Nelson in the movie short Ellen Bond, Secret Agent. Angus McGinnis. Actor Angus McGinnis has passed at the age of 77. He is best known for his portrayal of the character Gold Leader in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Yes, the first Star Wars movie from 1977. And the 2016 movie Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. He also played General Parker in the TV movie Fooling Hitler. This documentary-style movie was based on the deceptions used in World War II by the Allies. We talked about these deceptions in our episode on Operation Bodyguard. Emilio Echevarria. Mexican actor Emilio Echevarria, best known for portraying El Chivo in the movie Amores Perros, passed at the age of 80. Spy movie fans will recognize him as British agent Raoul in the James Bond movie Die Another Day. He's the agent posing as the manager of the cigar factory. George Folsey Jr. Editor and producer George Folsey Jr. passed at the age of 85, best known as the producer of the movies Clue and Trading Places. He also was an editor on such movies as Coming to America and The Blues Brothers. And he was the editor of the Michael Jackson video Thriller. For spy movie fans, he was the producer of the movie Spies Like Us. Okay, that's a wrap. Now you're caught up with all the spy movie news for the last month. This is Dan from SpyMovieNavigator.com and our podcast show, Cracking the Code of Spy Movies. Please help us out and subscribe to our show through your favorite podcast app. Do that right now. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you spending time with us.